Durk's been locked up for a minute now, but his presence hasn't exactly faded into the background from his cell in Miami's federal detention center. The rapper somehow managed to drop an entire track showing that even behind bars he's keeping his grind alive. His time inside has been far from quiet. It's been packed with moments only Durk could deliver. You know how they say the camera doesn't lie? Well, in his case it's been catching everything, and the footage is nothing short of what you could expect from the All My Life rapper. From unexpected jailhouse moves to moments that feel like they're straight out of one of his verses, Durk's locked-up antics have been keeping fans talking. Stay tuned as we break down some of the craziest footage from Lil Durk's time in jail, ordering a hit on OTF Jam's baby mama from jail. Durk's life behind bars seems to be just as dramatic as the world he left behind, and recent developments have everyone talking. The Chicago rapper, already facing federal charges tied to a murder for plot, has reportedly been linked to another shocking move from jail, ordering a hit on OTF Jam's baby mama. But what did Jam do to deserve that? Jam was once a core member of Lil Durk's OTF crew, trusted and loyal, or so it seemed. Reports now allege that he's been working as an informant for the feds, a revelation that's rocked the streets and sent shock waves through the OTF circle. His shift from loyalty to betrayal reportedly began after his release from a 12-year prison stint for attempted murder in 2022. Initially, Durk welcomed him home like a true brother, even going so far as to gift him $50,000 in cars, making it clear that he was valued and respected within the crew. At the time, Jam's reputation seemed spotless, with no hint of disloyalty. One insider explained that Jam had completed a 12-year prison sentence, and upon his release showed up in interviews where he proudly claimed to have stayed solid throughout his incarceration. Did 12 years. 12 got out interviewed said he kept it real, brought him cars, gave him $50,000. Right, this made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat, caught a gun case. But eventually he flipped. The insider revealed that Jam had made it clear there was no blemish on his name, no accusations of snitching or disloyalty. For time it appeared that the former OTF member had seamlessly returned to the fold, enjoying the benefits of standing firm and remaining loyal to the crew. But things quickly soured when Jam found himself in legal trouble again and reached out to Durk for help. Word on the streets is that Jam's baby mama tried to contact Durk to secure a lawyer for Jam, but her calls went unanswered. This perceived snub didn't sit well with Jam, and tensions began to rise. The once tight bond between the two began to fracture, and rumors started swirling about threats flying back and forth. What makes this story even wilder is the timeline. While Jam was initially welcomed back into OTF with open arms behind the scenes, things weren't as solid as they seemed. Allegedly, during his 12 years behind bars, Jam had already started cooperating with law enforcement, wearing a wire and feeding the feds information about Durk and OTF's activities. Once released, it said that Jam continued working with the authorities, using his proximity to Durk to build their case. His cooperation reportedly provided evidence linking Durk to a string of crimes, including the high-profile murder for high plot targeting Quando Rondo. Look into OTF Jam. I think we looked into him. Ready? He's the one that ate the cheese. No way, no way. When Durk, who was already locked up, got wind of Jam's betrayal, things took a dark turn. Rumors suggest that Durk didn't just feel betrayed, he wanted revenge. Allegedly, from his jail cell, Durk put a bounty out on Jam's baby mama. Octavia Redmond, a 48-year-old postal worker, was gunned down in broad daylight on July 19, 2024, while delivering mail in the West Pullman area of South Chicago. The attack was calculated. Redmond was shot multiple times, and the shooter fled the scene in a stolen vehicle, which was later found abandoned and burned in a nearby neighborhood. Surveillance footage showed a masked assailant leaving the stolen car, disappearing from view near the crime scene and returning minutes later before making their getaway. 2 months after her murder, a 15-year-old boy was arrested in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and identified as the shooter. He was charged with felony first-degree murder and extradited to Chicago. Redmond wasn't just a random victim. Her name became a focal point in allegations surrounding Lil Durk and his relationship with OTF Jam, a former loyalist turned alleged federal informant. Theories circulating online suggest that Redmond's death was a retaliatory move orchestrated by Durk after discovering that Jam had been wearing a wire and cooperating with the feds for years. According to these rumors, when Jam's baby mama Redmond reached out to Durk for help securing a lawyer. She was ignored, a move that reportedly escalated tensions between the two once Jam's betrayal came to light. It's alleged that Durk, even from behind bars, put out a hit on her, an act seen as sending a message to anyone thinking of crossing him. While these allegations remain unconfirmed, they've sparked heated conversations across social media. Influencer and YouTuber Poetic Flacco shared a post claiming federal authorities believed Durk was involved not only in Redmond's murder but also in the killing of Stefan Mack, the alleged shooter of Durk's brother DT Thing. The alleged motive behind Redmond's death mirrors that of Stefan Mack's, described as another retaliatory killing. Mack passed away on January 7, 2022 outside the Youth Peace Center in Chicago's Roslyn neighborhood. Two assailants exited a car in open fire, injuring Mack and a security guard. By December 2023, a federal grand jury indicted two men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, for Mack's murder, while Montgomery Wilson pleaded not guilty. Powell remained on the run despite the lack of concrete evidence directly linking Durk to these murders. The narratives of vengeance and betrayal have only grown louder. Jam, once a trusted member of OTF, allegedly flipped after his release from a 12-year prison sentence, becoming an informant and secretly gathering evidence against Durk. His cooperation reportedly played a key role in federal investigations into Durk and the murder-for-hire plot targeting Quando Ronda. The streets and social media alike exploded with speculation. Trenches News, a prominent voice in hip-hop circles, claimed in an interview with DJ Academics that Durk's refusal to help Jam's baby mama was the catalyst for the fallout. Academics even pressed Trenches about Jam's informant status, asking if he believed the rumors about Jam wearing a wire. Trenches didn't hold back, saying that whether it's the Quando Rondo incident or others he's been telling for a while now. Whack 100, known for spilling industry tea, jumped into the mix, alleging that Jam started cooperating with the FBI right after his 2022 release. This timeline conveniently aligns with the Beverly gas station shooting that killed Lou Pab, Quando Rondo's cousin, which is believed to be part of the chain of events leading to Durk's current legal troubles. The dynamics here are brutal. Trenches laid it out, saying that if you're in that world you got to feed the killers, and if you're the boss you have to take care of your people or they'll take care of you in ways you don't want. In other words, Durk brushing off Jam's call for help may have been the final straw, but Jam flipping to work with the feds turned the situation lethal. Durk's call for revenge was both a power move and a desperate reaction to betrayal. It's a dark reminder of the #1 rule in the rap game: snitches get stitches. But as the feds closed in, what happened next felt ripped straight out of a Hollywood script. A bold, high-stakes attempt at escape that was almost too wild to believe. Attempted escape from the feds. Little arrest on federal murder-for-hire charges has been making headlines, but the story behind how he tried to escape the FBI is like something out of a movie. When the feds started closing in, Durk allegedly pulled a dramatic move, booking not one, not two, but 3 international flights in what looked like a calculated attempt to outsmart federal agents. But the FBI wasn't having it, and the Chicago rapper's plans came crashing down before they even got off the runway. According to reports, the drama started after 5 of Durk's alleged OTF crew members, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, Asa Houston, and another unnamed suspect, were arrested in connection to the Quando Rondo hit attempt. As his team got locked up, Durk reportedly went into overdrive, booking flights to Dubai and Switzerland from South Florida airports. But he didn't stop there. When those plans didn't pan out, he upped the stakes and arranged for a private jet to Italy. The FBI, however, was already several steps ahead. They tracked every move, watching as Durk shifted from commercial flights to private aviation and swooped in at Miami's Opa-locka Executive Airport just an hour before the jet was set to take off. According to an FBI insider, Durk's plan was a calculated move he believed could bypass federal jurisdiction, but the coordination between jurisdictions and the FBI's monitoring game proved too tight for him to slip through. While some saw the multiple bookings as a sign of an escape attempt, others, including his attorney Bradford Cohen, who's represented rappers like Kodak Black, have a different perspective. Cohen tried defending Durk's image, saying that he might not have been fleeing but rather testing whether there was an active warrant against him. He said it's not unusual for someone to book international flights if they're unsure about their legal status. Sometimes people don't know if there's a warrant out, and international travel can trigger that alert. This theory paints